Hi, I'm Lori Brown. Thanks for being here, seeking out Pondercast. We are an independent podcast, and so we survive solely on the support of our listeners. Go to patreon.com/Pondercast, and you can decide whether a small monthly donation works for you or a one-time annual fee. We make this work hoping it supports you, and we hope that you will consider supporting us. Okay, here's a grounding thought for you. Perhaps. As I am muddling along, just like you are, I frequently feel completely at a loss, and Christmas makes it worse. I don't think I have to spell out to you all that is missing, all that we're dealing with: low-grade anxiety, feeling helpless or hopeless, grief, what else? I wander around my house, but I feel like I have stewed in this soup before. The way the days bleed into each other. The repetition of chores, laundry, vacuuming, cooking, not much in between. Behind, the days are all a blur, and looking ahead, they look the same way. When have I felt this before? Have you? It dawns on me that in many ways this COVID experience feels like the first weeks of having a first baby at home. Feeling like life had been thrown into confusing new territory, one with tremendous responsibility, and one that I didn't know anything about. I was exhausted and anxious and terrified that I couldn't see any of it letting up in any way in the future. I couldn't see how parenting was ever going to feel doable, at least by me. I was in awe of my new daughter and overcome by love, but she scared me too. Her arrival had removed me from my before life so completely. I walked the floor, wondering how could one small person ask so much of another? How could I have been so entirely excised from the world, dumped in this new isolation, wandering from window to window, carrying a crying baby? In those early parenting days, my whole life was realigning around this child, and I had never felt so cracked open and vulnerable, and yet I was supposed to be responsible for another person? Those two things do not go together. My heart was so full of everything: joy, wonder, dread, fear. I was on the verge of tears all the time. That feeling of becoming a parent is to be thrown into emotional bewilderment, living every moment, day and night, not knowing what you're doing. I am feeling echoes of that now, having moments of being surprised by tears, overcome by all kinds of emotions, good ones and difficult ones. Our hearts are getting a good workout. This constant vulnerability and uncertainty is exhausting. Albert Camus, who thought a lot about what it's like to be human in dark places, came to the conclusion that we should live to the point of tears, not just in dark times like now, when we feel like Sisyphus pushing a boulder up a mountain every day, but at all times in our normal day-to-day experience, to recognize how easily everything changes, to feel what a gift it all is, to participate fully, leading with our hearts, to stop searching for meaning or the purpose of it all, just to live life as fully as you can, to the point of tears. We are worn out, rubbed raw by uncertainty, facing a Christmas that wants us to be other than we are. What we really are is exhausted, new parent exhausted. This weariness, testing our endurance, is the undertow of the hard work of love, taking us down to the rock bottom of our commitment to each other, to burnish our perseverance into tenacity and resilience. Take heart.